Hello, this is Nathan, better known as CrazyhermitDM, and this is my podcast, The Hermit's Homebrew. Joining me today is Brent from Lang Mini Studios, and Chase, better known as Kilk, as we talk about Dungeons & Dragons and tabletop gaming. This is the perfect time, though, to say that on our Patreon, for only $5 per month, we now have a GM Emergency Services channel. Our traveling companion tier, as we've put it, with 40 years of combined experience in the hobby and over 50 years of combined experience in first responder and emergency skills field, which I would say gives us ample problem-solving skills to help you handle any situation at your table. The one thing I do want to say is, you will learn the rules in your table by screwing them up while we're talking about rules and role play and that tension or twinge and anxiety when you try and wing something. I feel that's the exact moment as a game master, you level up because you're putting yourself in an unexplored area, you're putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation, and now that eventually will become a comfortable area. Doing that, and that's when you figure out these these areas that you did not have before.
Yeah, it'll just come second nature, right? It's just like anything, you do it enough times.
Yeah,
you'll just be like, oh, we're going here now.
Yeah,
okay, we're gonna twist
like
it there.
training. Yeah.
I do have a question that it's not like a personal opinion, but just a thought. Do you think some GMs cling to prep as a way to hide their fear from their players?
I think people do
or
that.
Or fear of their players, I guess.
I think people do that in real life.
Yeah.
That's why people freak out when, oh no, it didn't go according to plan. Oh no, we have to get back on plan. We have to get back on route. We have to do but I think people do that.
For anyone wondering what the clang was, it was just Chase stacking dice.
Yeah, just rolled dice.
Yeah. That's the...
He got up to 6, by the way.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's the advantage of metal dice over plastic dice.
Oh, they stack better?
Yeah.
Do you think so?
And then they make a louder sound when they
fall. Oh, it's true. Yeah, it's Jenga blocks when they fall.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So and those are actually from our sponsor, Heimdallr Dice.
I know, Heimdallr Dice.
Very solid dice. If you ever want
dice are awesome, yeah.
I really like this one.
Oh, the copper with the green?
Yes. Yeah, with the green and blue. It's really nice.
Yeah. No,
you were saying, though, Brent. Sorry, we were interrupting.
No, that's cool. No, it's fine. I think people do that in general, and it's just human nature that you want to stick to what you know in order to avoid the unknown.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I find that especially even in real life at work, I find these people that write 30 pages about their programs or anything like that just for they'll know it instead of just for me, it's I'll prep maybe a couple pages when I was new. But it's I knew I had the type of job that this is only going to come through either me making a mistake or just hands-on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you think over-prepping is a symptom, though, of insecurity?
I think it's when you're in that mode of prepping, right? When you're sitting down and you're doing it and you're coming up with all these ideas, you yourself just have all these ideas that you think are so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, if this happens, we can do this, and if there, we can do that, and we're going to do this, and, we're going to go on this way and say these things, and this event's going to happen, and all that. You have all these really cool ideas in your mind. So then you're like, so we're going to do it this way. Yeah, I think that'll get all these cool ideas out there. But that's the way you think.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not the way that everybody else thinks. If everybody else thought the same way as you, then this story would be great when you put it out there. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't be fun, though, if everyone thought the way you did. You wouldn't have that X Factor thing. I mean, Gygax even talked about that. If I go play at Dave's table...
Yeah, it's going to be different.
It's going to be different, and that's what I like, because he's going to have a completely different set of monsters for me to fight, and I have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because he's not playing the way I would.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes, I think, tabletop gaming a genius invention in itself, but yeah.
Yeah, I think people just get wrapped up in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's I've over-prepped too much, I've done that. I think it's more of, you've been sitting there, and then you look at the clock, and you've been sitting there for 3 hours, and you're like, maybe I should put this off for a little bit later. And then you realize at some point, for this session that's coming up in 2 weeks, you've put 8 hours of prep time into this session.
Or you've prepped for a session that's months down the line.
Or a session that's going to take 4 sessions.
Yeah. But yeah,
I've had that happen where
you've prepped for the future, but you didn't prep for tomorrow, type thing.
Forgetting things.
My mental
yeah.
gymnastics with this particular campaign, and it was me pushing myself in an uncomfortable situation, but there was like at least 5 sessions that I can think on hand. I went into it with 0 prep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I wanted to see if I can improv the ever-living hell out of it.
And as long as
the
you have
Wandering
a baseline for how the story's supposed to go, you should be able to
The
do it.
Wandering Emporium, I had all the descriptions of the room and what would have in them, but what I did is I put it on a D6 table,
Mm.
and then I rolled it, and then would set out the rooms. That way I could not plot out, I want them to go here, then here.
I have a question about the Wandering Emporium.
Okay.
Magic Space Whales.
Yes, and it is about the Magic Space Whales.
Yes!
So in
That was a
room,
pure improv moment, by the way. I had 0 plans.
Nick talking like Dory was hilarious.
That was awesome, yeah.
But as the player,
Yeah.
Toy Bar, I was like sitting here and I wonder if we can get these whales to give us a ride to wherever we need to go and skip all of, this interdimensional travel bullshit. Maybe these whales can just whale us over there. And so that's why we were like going to talk to them and try to get them. And then I was going to try to teleport on top of them and all kinds of stuff. And
Skydive through space.
we were going to be like, hey, can you take us to, wherever those whales would have
And
done?
then, the whale
That was our plan.
and the whale just turns over and you fall.
I really wish as a game master, because I would not known what to do, that you would have, just because I would have been like, I gotta go take a pee real quick, because that's usually my cue.
Yes, I love those moments. I need to go refill my drink. I need to go to the bathroom. I gotta go do whatever.
Yeah.
Make random excuse.
That was
and
my
leave.
idea when I was like, hey, don't you have like speak with animals? How far? Because I was like, how far does Misty Step go again? Like, I'm trying to figure out how far are these whales. I want to get over there.
Let's push the system a little bit.
I want to ride on these space whales to our next destination.
That'd have been cool.
And you guys have seen me more than once.
Nick
I'm
starts
more than
talking like a
comfortable
whale.
saying, I need 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that is a great thing to learn how to do. There's nothing wrong with as a DM saying, hey, I need to take a minute. All right.
That's one of my favorite, honestly, is one of my favorite moments in our thing was when Nick just started randomly talking like the whale.
Yeah.
And he's like, hello. And I'm like, oh my
Everyone just
God.
stopped like, what is he doing? Is he really doing this?
It was great.
Yeah.
He does make it fun.
That's a good question. What would be my favorite Nick moment out of like the half a dozen sessions he played with us this campaign? I'd have to say, because and maybe it was just because I could tell I got to her a little bit, but when we were in the cathedral and he shifted into the wolf spider,
the spider form.
and then describing it go through the window and just seeing the look on Toe's face as I described her going through the thing, because I knew she already has a problem with spiders.
Yeah.
But I don't. I touch that line in Veil, but I don't cross it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't have like arachnophobia. It's just they creep her out.
Yeah. No, it was good. Honestly, it's too bad that his other group was also on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because Nick does add a lot of fun to the table when he's there.
And I think that was the most relieving thing I did for him. For anyone that doesn't know this story or hasn't played that far back, I think we touched on this story, but he had another group that ended up shifting, or we ended up shifting our schedule to Saturdays.
Yes.
Because it was when everyone had off, and then Vicky had it off. That way she wasn't working.
It just made it a little easier, yeah.
It made it easier.
She's
And
crashing by the time
I'm
we were
gonna admit,
like getting towards the end.
doing a 12-hour shift, then playing D&D for 3 hours, and then going back to work for 12 hours, and still not seeing my girlfriend basically for a day and a half.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Yeah,
this is a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But messaging him on Discord, it's like, hey, Chase told me what's up. I know you're going to have, because he has anxiety. I go, I know you're going to have a problem talking to me about this.
He'd be too
I'm
afraid to say anything, so he would just not say anything and then move on.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going, this isn't me being mad or hurt or offended whatsoever. Yeah. I go, if you want to go play with the other group, go play with the other group, because you're only part-time with us, and that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you need to
and I go,
show up and play a random character.
I have nothing but love for you in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
So if that group falls apart, please come back. I go, because the end of this campaign is the Overseer. And I go, if there's anyone at our table that's still active, that deserves to fight that Overseer and kill him, it's you.
Yeah. He did tell me when I hit him up that night, when I sent him the picture of Xingshi fighting Rathgriff.
Yeah.
He was like, I even thought about hitting Nathan up and coming over. And I'm like, if you would have, I would have, and you told
That'd
me
have been
that,
awesome,
I would have
yeah.
been like, show up because Vicky's letting Zingshi out of the box. Because you guys didn't know that, but I'd known this for like a week. I just didn't say anything. But if Nick would have told me that he was interested in maybe coming that day, I would have been like, Nick, show up because Vicky's letting Zingshi out of the box and you would get to play Zingshi again.
If you would have gave me a 24-hour heads up that was happening, I would have went on more purple, more better, leveled Zingshi up to 20. Come on.
And printed out a sheet.
That'd have been cool. Yeah.
The fight would have been over real quick.
We unfortunately
Just to put it out there, like Zingshi was so broken.
I would have just gave him all his
God.
original equipment, but yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have got the tooth, unfortunately, but
No. But he didn't have that one.
But that leads like into our campaign, and one of the things that have happened in 50 years. I'm really happy for you guys to have about this religious war that's going on among the dragon culture.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Zingshi and his brother.
Yeah.
Great.
Following
Zingshi and Colfax.
following Rama
it's got,
or
well, there's Grimgash, and then
Yeah.
there's I've called the Scales of the Sun war of this Zingshi versus Colfax thing of I am the true scion. Well,
Nice.
I now have the sword, so I am.
Yeah, but Zingshi's gonna be like, yeah, but I've got the Eye of Odin and the Hand of
See,
Azazel.
we should have taken those from him.
So
No one listens to Merrick.
how about you give me that sword, you dumb monk? That surprised me that he played a monk.
Yeah.
With Colfax.
Have you guys ever had a player ruin your plot or tried to force it back on track?
Force the plot back on track?
Or have you ever had like the player try and ruin the plot or your plot, and have you tried to force it back to where you wanted it?
I had a situation where I had in my home game when it was still running, where the party came back to their guild because I was running like a the guild was based off Fairy Tail, the anime Fairy Tail, and so the head of the guild was this little gnome.
Oh, Makarov.
Yeah, and I had an orc war boss who had been terrorizing the lands, based off of Grimgore
Oh, okay.
from Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Just blow in after one of their battles. They went in and fought and killed some stuff in this dungeon or whatever. It was like their starter dungeon. And I had 2 kobolds in there that were dressed when they walked in, and there's the big goblin. There's these 2 kobolds in there with the goblin, like talking to this goblin chieftain. And when they walked in, well, they didn't ask any questions.
Mhm.
They were just fireballs and brimstone.
Nice.
And I had set up to where, and even when the fight started, these kobolds didn't fight. They like tried to run and hide.
Okay.
But they just saw kobolds and they just killed everything. Well, I had gotten the plan was that these 2 kobolds were working for the blue dragon that was going to end up attacking the city later.
Okay.
And if they had killed those kobolds, the dragon would be attacking the city versus trying to figure out why this, something else. But because they killed him, the dragon was attacking, and they killed the goblin chieftain after he had told them, you guys can just have all the treasure if you want.
Just take it.
He's like, you take it. Like, we're just doing random stuff and having a good time. They killed everybody. So
Jeez.
I made that goblin, because they did that, that goblin chieftain was like Grimgore's cousin.
Oh, okay.
So Grimgore and
Nice.
his retinue of immortals, it's a Warhammer reference,
Yeah.
blew into the guild and just knocked the doors down and was like, you killed my cousin, like, this is war, and blah, blah. And so I had this whole thing drawn up to where Grimgore's here. Now he's going to be my next big bad.
Okay.
He's going to be my next pseudo big bad.
Yeah.
The dragon was going to be the big one, but they have to at least handle this situation first. But I had Grimgore drawn up as like a level 20 fight or something. Like he was a monster. And I tried as the DM to explain, like, this is an overbearing, like 12-foot tall orc that just looks like a monster and, full huge plate armor with this, and he is pissed.
His neck is wider than his shoulders,
Yeah,
and the muscles on
it
his
was wild,
neck have
right?
muscles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. For anyone who knows any kind of old Warhammer, old world fantasy, like, Grimgore was the orc.
Yeah, his neck can bench press more than most people, yeah.
The biggest,
remember-
most ruthless black orc that ever lived, right?
I remember back in high school, I'd gotten in trouble, and the cop on duty that was on campus came up to me, and this dude's like neck
Yeah,
went
like,
out to his shoulder blades.
it's like,
I
where
swear.
is your neck?
And
Yeah.
I just, here's nerdy old me who got into trouble. I'm just like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want to.
Yeah, oh my
We're good.
God.
You didn't have to roll intimidation at all. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
So I ended
Jeez.
up, I did not have it in any intention of this actually being a battle, right? Grimgore was known by many people, and he was actually like a rival to Makarov, my version of Makarov.
Oh, okay.
So they'd fought each other many times in the past. Like, it was one of those situations where Grimgore wouldn't be here if this wasn't like a big deal to him. So it was going to be a negotiation like situation.
Yeah.
Where the head of the guild is talking to Grimgore, but everybody's ready to fight. And Cora like walks up to Grimgore.
I punch him in
Like,
the face.
right in front of him, and she's like, "Hey, how are you?" Like, all happy. And as the DM, I was like, he backhands you across the map, and you go flying through two
Whop.
things, and you're knocked out.
This episode's been brought to you by What's in the Bag? What's in the mystery bag? Relax, adventurers. It's not some grim movie ending. It's better. It's Heimdaller's Mystery Metal Dice Bag, loaded with 20 different styles of heavy, battle-ready metal dice. A random D&D class sticker of 13 possibilities, and a special Heimdall sticker with it. Perfect for your next chaotic moment at the table. So stop guessing, start rolling, find out what's in your bag. All right, I want you to imagine this. Your next game session, you drop a 4-story guild hall on the table. The roof comes off. Every floor is playable. It's Centurion 3D's Guardia collection. The detail is unreal. The immersion off the charts. Then suddenly, bam, your players walk in the room and your table goes just not from another session to one that will be talked about for years. This is the train that changes the game. Check it out now at Centurion3D.com. I've thought about playing a character like that with Brent's thing, just playing a Mr. Rogers wizard that's super nice to everybody.
Oh, no.
Rogers Wizard.
It popped to my head the other day. I'm like, should I do this? Nah, but it would be fun.
It would be interesting.
It'd be fun for a one shot.
We have like a Mr. Rogers Wizard and like a Bob Ross, Ranger, and
Right.
Or
Steve Irwin Druid. Like, it's just a party of wholesomeness.
the one lady last year that was talking about playing a Barbie character in Strahd.
Yeah, it's just like,
Oh, yeah.
what? Okay.
Wonderful. I'm sure it was fun.
Oh, yeah.
But that threw a wrench in what I was trying to do.
Yeah, of
Right?
course.
Like, I was trying to set this tone of you guys as the party have no chance against
Yeah.
Grimgore. Even if it was the 5 of you versus him right now, there's 0. This dude's, and I even told him, I'm like, he's a level 20 whatever.
Yeah, you have no
whatever I
chance.
want him to be. And my daughter at the time was, probably like 8.
Yeah.
She's like, so I go up to him, and I didn't even give her rolls. I didn't even make Grimgore roll.
Dude.
He just backhanded her and knocked her out. And then I had to let other people roleplay a little bit, right? Because now they have to go grab her.
Yeah, and heal
Right.
her. And...
Makarov has to be like, "Whoa, Grimgore, this is not where we do this. Nobody knew that this was your
Yeah,
cousin. This is all unintentional. We'll figure this out, right? We don't need to be fighting here because if you and I come to blows here, this whole place is going to be destroyed."
Yeah.
It was one of those moments, right?
like a Kyle versus Count.
Walden,
yeah.
yeah. It was kind of like that.
Yeah, where it's like, we just got to get out of the way.
Yeah, just move. I mean, when Goku's fighting, you just don't get in the way.
Yeah.
Even Vegeta understands.
But, I mean, like, control, I think, is the biggest solution we could probably give. I mean, some
Yeah.
plot points, or what was it? In Doctor Who, it's like, this is a fixed point in time. This cannot be altered. I think DMs have that in their head of like, this is a fixed point in my campaign. No matter which way you come about it, and it may be considered railroading by some, but this is a fixed point. This has to happen.
Every story has to have a little bit of railroading. in it.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you want to do an open story. Honestly, and I don't know how that would work out in a total improv story where you're like, hey, you're 5 adventurers in this town, and that's it. Bum, and you're done.
Yeah, go.
And then as the DM, you don't have anything prepped.
Yeah, and you just
Nothing.
go off reaction.
And you're just like, what do you guys want to do in the town right now?
Because then,
And then come up with random roles and let that...
because then that comes, you have to have the right party for that.
True.
To where if you come up with probably a normal party, they're going to be like, well, what do we do? Why are we here?
Now,
We don't even know what the world says.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
like, and no offense against Vicky, if we had a party full of Vickies, that would not be able
It would
to
never
go.
work.
No. You
Yeah.
have to know your party.
Just like, well, that's like one of the most popular, RPGs of all time, Skyrim. It told you where to go. Go here, do this.
Yeah.
And then it'll let you go 90 degrees on the map
But Morrowind
and go.
didn't tell you anywhere to go. It was like, go find this person.
No, who is that?
And there was no indication. You're just
My father's doing that right now. Joined the game, didn't do any of the Dragon Quest, just beeline somewhere else because he just wanted to.
In Skyrim?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He just wanted to go that way, and that's a perfect representation of what you can do in D&D as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
And,
think I ever beat the last Fallout game.
4 or 76.
Done both, but yeah.
It's probably 4.
The one in Boston or the one in Appalachia?
The 76 was the online
The one with the dog. With dog meat.
Okay, full.
That's all of them, isn't it?
Dog meat was your companion in that.
Okay. Then if it's the modern one, then it's number 4. But Dogmeat was also in number 3.
But I played like hours.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't go through the main storyline. Like, it wasn't something that
You didn't need to.
It was just me wandering around.
Yeah.
Like doing stuff. And I feel like that would be an interesting D&D campaign. Whereas like you're just in this huge, like, just wander around and do stuff. But there might be an overarching idea.
Yeah.
But in the Fallout game, you don't know what you're doing. You just walked out of the Fallout thing. And
Go find your son Sean, and Sean's a baby.
I did that
in the world. Like,
Yeah, go.
I did that in the first campaign with Brent and them. They started on this side of the continent. I said, you guys have to go here. How you get there is up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm going to do with my campaign, is that you're going to know exactly the location that you need to do something in.
how you get there.
And that's it.
Okay.
How you do it, how you get there, who you work with.
Is that why they were getting an airship when I showed up? When I showed up, they were like saving for an airship for some reason.
This was Brent's first campaign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that you weren't there yet.
When I showed up with the one with Letha and
Xingshi.
Xingshi, they were like saving up for an airship.
To
I
buy
think they-
one, or
I think they wanted to buy an airship.
I think that was just in their head.
They wanted a floating base.
I mean, that's a cool idea.
I mean, they already had Dragon Turtle as like a mobile.
Yeah, because Flint had started raising
Thing.
a dragon turtle, and it stuck around after he left.
Oh, okay.
He was a companion. He pulled our wagon.
The dragon turtle?
Yeah.
For a short bit, yeah.
So
Until they like released it into a pond in the back.
so it pretty much like
we just left. We went into what's his name's.
so you went
God.
like one mile a day.
I don't know.
Jeez.
I showed up and we were in this city and they had a dragon turtle and they were looking for a sky,
I'm looking for an airship.
looking for an airship, and I'm like, man,
What is going
they
on
got
here?
some wild stuff happening already.
Yeah, it's like, what? This is nuts.
I do want to say, we were reiterating a bit on the last episode that control is the biggest illusion at the table, I believe. You don't have to write a novel and expect characters to behave. You don't want to run a TTRPG, any system, whether D&D, Tales of the Valiant, Shadow Dark, Call of Cthulhu. I can keep going down the list off the top of my head and expect the party to follow your outline. That doesn't mean you have no authority, but authority isn't dominance. It's a trust. And that's when you're running a long form campaign like we did, that is, guys trust I'm going to tell or try and tell a good story, or I'm not going to abuse your guys' fun.
Oh, I knew you were going to do that no matter what.
Yeah, but not in a hurtful way.
No, of course not. No.
And we don't have anyone at the table with the me versus them mentality to begin with. I mean, we've played with those players.
Yeah.
You and me both have.
Mm-hmm.
And
And we both look at Chase at the same time.
Me?
No. No.
Maybe. I'm the one that likes combat, so when it's my DM turn, I'm going to do my best not to try to kill you guys.
That's fine if you do.
Why do I have a feeling that's a lie?
I just have a feeling that I'm going to make things a little more complicated in some fights than they really needed to be. Like, that's my worries.
Yeah.
That'll be all
The
good.
gamer in me, the competitive gamer is going to be using.
I do feel, though, that the me versus them mentality, like, it really... it popped up as beginning as first edition. It really was very prevalent in third edition.
What do you think that is?
In my personal opinion, it's because You have the players that are working together, and they control their characters, and then the GM puts out monsters that they have to kill, and the GM is controlling those monsters.
So do you think they associate the BBG with the DM?
Yes, probably in a weird way.
Enemies with the DM.
Yeah, maybe
that in like 3rd and 4th edition was a lot more. It was less narrative focused, or at least the way it was set up. Raw.
Yeah,
it was set up to be more crunchy and combat. And,
high fantasy.
Yeah.
Like huge magics, lots of.
All 3rd edition, weapons. Especially.
3rd edition, especially, you could get like 10th, 11th level magic.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they had the epic level handbook that took you beyond the 20th level.
Yeah.
So when
and question, like 40th,
because I'm the newest D&D player in our group. When did 3rd edition come out?
96, 97 when it was bought by Wizards.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you believe that the rise in the competitiveness? Because this is the first thing that pops into my mind, is the rise in competitive DMing versus the players coincides with things like video games becoming more prevalent.
No.
I
don't correlate
video games that
because
like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. Because
this is all happening before those even came out.
What I believe, and from what I'm understanding when I've done my deep dive with last year being the 50th anniversary, and I really wanted to take that year to understand the history of this hobby, is that's as far back as 1st edition, the me versus them mentality.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do believe, though, what 3rd edition did is reinforce the Monty Hall magic item. And even the apex was it with 4th edition. It was Monkskin level.
Crazy.
Like if you've ever played the card game Monkskin, like you have like 20 magic items on you, and it literally shows them with a backpack full of. It was Zingshi to the next level.
Sure.
But I think 3rd edition was the introduction to that mentality of do whatever to get the magic item.
Well, that's where 1st edition is where Murderhobos came from. Because you didn't level up with experience, you leveled up with gold.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to buy your next level, essentially.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and so that's why, like, oh, hey, there's a couple of peasants over there. Let's go kill them and see if maybe together they have like 5 gold amongst them. So that we're that close, much closer to leveling up.
Too experienced away from leveling?
Hey, okay. And then you look over at like the barmaid. She looks about 2 gold worth. And then you would, go kill her and loot her and go, hey, look, she had like 5 gold. Cool, I can level up now. Yeah, because you now use your gold to go buy your next level.
Interesting.
So yeah, it got really like that's where Murderhobo.
That sounds very capitalism of them. How much money can you get? Doesn't matter what you're doing. You're just getting as much money.
Yeah, gotta get that gold.
Brent
that cheddar.
Brent got to see probably one of the top 3 most Murderhobo moments of my entire DM career because he got to sit there. There was a gambling den.
Yes, the casino.
He had PTSD from satyrs because of this player, because he was playing a satyr.
Yeah.
They got down to this gambler. He wanted to gamble to make more money for whatever reason, even though he had a god-awful amount.
He had a problem. Like Flint.
Oh.
I don't know if it was that or if he just wanted to do something to win.
Yeah, there was a problem, all right. Sure. Yeah.
And so they all clear out, and he kind of does the gambling in for the night, and they shut it up, and he realizes, hey, there's really no one but me and these NPCs. He's like level, what was it, 10, you think, at that point?
It was something like that, yeah.
Most of these are level 2 to 3 NPCs, or level 0 NPCs, even at that. And then he casts Arcane Lock on the door to the gambling, and he proceeds to murder them all.
You're trapped in here with me. And it's like, what are you doing? Why?
And he scouted the situation, and like, does any of these people look like they're big bad?
Are they fighters?
Yeah. And he rolled an ungod awful.
He did. He rolled really high.
He scouted it out because I was wondering what he was doing. I was like, are you gonna heist this place?
Yeah.
Nope. And that's what I was thinking he was going. I'm like, okay, we can do a heist, whatever.
Right.
No, we murdered them.
He killed them all
for no reason. And then that night, me and my ex at the time got home, and then I get ding, ding, ding from Brent off Facebook Messenger. He's like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm assuming he got bored. I have no clue.
Yeah,
I've never seen this player go to that level.
It's like, what did we just watch?
What was the purpose?
We don't know. Maybe he got bored. Maybe he wanted.
Never asked him.
He shrugged. Like I
Oh, was it one of those? Oh, I don't know. It just seemed fun.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is the same dude that caused Ragnarok. So I mean,
Yeah.
Fair.
Halfway through the explanation, he's like, "I free Loki." I'm sorry, you what?
oh yeah, I had this like.
Did he know that anything about Norse mythology or anything? That's the question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
But
If he knew that freeing Loki would create Ragnarok as someone who might know Norse myth,
I don't have any contact with that person to know.
I believe though that
that would have been as a player at that table.
And
immediate question.
The pure speculation in your opinion.
in my opinion, he knew that freeing Loki was a bad thing.
Sure.
Because even I was like, "Hey, man, you don't want to do that. That's bad." And I don't want to say
He knew that
it's gonna
Loki was his dad.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't want to let this guy go. That's he's there for a reason. When he leaves, like, no, I free him.
I'm freeing my dad.
Okay.
And yeah, I had this like entire like half-page monologue of like giving reasons like, hey, the Lucifer let me out of the cage type speech,
Sure. Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're gonna want to do this, and then in the middle of this monologue, he just says, "I untie him."
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I feel like as a player, like if I was sitting at that table, I would have just been like, "Do you know what that does? Like in Norse mythology, are you aware of what happens when Loki is no longer bound?"
I can't remember if you asked him that or not because you're in shock.
I think I said, "Do you know what you're doing?" And you're like, "Yeah." I'm like,
Yeah, I'm freeing my dad.
freeing him is I don't think I said it causes, maybe I did. I don't know.
I'm just curious if he wanted to see if you would go down that road as the DM.
That's probably why he did it.
Not that he had any intention of really starting Ragnarok. I think it was, hey, if I let him go, is he going to start Ragnarok?
Another GM tip I have for anyone that has that type of player as well, and this is just from personal experience, is don't tell them what you have planned. Is because they'll, especially with other players, because there was a couple of times where he'd figure out ways to counter it, even though it wasn't his character.
Yep.
For what purpose?
Just
to counter it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just to do it.
This is...
Yeah. This is the same guy that decided, oh, look, Brent's mad at me and packing up and not saying a thing. Let's go play Pokemon Go because that's what I want to do instead.
Oh, I'm surprised he was allowed back.
It was his house. It was his house, and we didn't have anywhere else to play at the time, so we were desperate for the drug of D&D.
We did not understand the concept of no D&D is better than bad D&D.
Okay.
At least I didn't.
This is also 2016-ish, 2017, where before it really, really popped off, and you had the ability to find it all.
If you really want to.
Yeah, exactly.
I always feel like people feel like they can never find groups.
Because they don't know how to look.
Right.
They don't know how to look. And that's actually one of the biggest questions I get popping up on any of my inboxes on anything. It's
where do you find groups?
Yeah, where do you find groups? Or one of the biggest maybe top 10 comments I get on any of the memes I post is I'd love to play D&D, but I just don't know where to find it. It's like, search your local gaming stores. Just
go to your local gaming shop is the first one.
Do you have a local gaming store in your city?
Probably.
And half the time they don't reply to me, but when they do and they're like, yes, I'm like, see if they host an Adventures League. I go, now maybe you don't want to play organized play. Maybe you don't want to play in that. But more than likely, one of those people will host a game. Or type in your city name. Omaha D&D is actually a page. And every 34th post on Facebook.
Or your city, LFG.
Yeah.
In Google.
Like every fourth post on the Omaha D&D page on Facebook is... hey, I have this private game I want to go. These are the days I want to play. These are the time I want to play. I am looking for 3 players.
Yeah, I'm looking for players or looking for group. Yeah.
And then throw every application you can out there on Roll20s.
Yeah, if you're willing
to
play on
Roll20. Because there are DMs on Roll20 every day that are running games every day. And all of them have hey, I'm looking for 4 players. But I will say it's a little overstimulating if you go on Roll20. To do that because you'll see how many other people have applied, and there might be 20 people applying for one spot, and you got to get creative with your pitch, right? And most people don't want to feel like they're applying
for a job.
Yeah, they just want to, I've got my gnome artificer. I want to just go make Iron Man. Like,
Okay.
I don't have to write down my backstory and all this other stuff. And
I don't want to feel like I have to compete just to play at your table.
Yeah, I'm not applying for a freaking job here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to play a game. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, tabletop gamers. Thank you for watching this episode of the Hermit's Homebrew. We come out with new episodes every Wednesday. Remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends as we continue to level up and grow.